Hey guys, welcome back to Film Scene again, and this is Rooks, and today I have Emily as a special guest with me. So, Emily, could you introduce yourself?
Hi everyone, my name is Emily, and I've been a working actress for about 10 years now in various musicals, TV productions, and some cabaret shows.
That's amazing. Thank you so much. So I would let's start with the very basic question. That is like, what was like your very first acting project, I guess?
Ooh, I'll have to think about that now.
I love
I
asking this
think,
question to everyone.
no, yeah, you know what? I think it was Seussical, the musical, from
Oh,
memory. I think, yeah. And I was in ensemble for that. That I was like, would have been seven, maybe
wow.
eight, I think, yeah. Would have been Seussical the musical, I think. It was really
Oh,
fun.
that
That
was
was with
pretty
a local
cute.
theatre production. I had to think about that one.
No, that's like yeah, that was I'm assuming like a long time back.
Oh yeah, this was like
I can't guess anyone's age, so I'm just like oh yeah. But yeah, no, that's like actually interesting. So musicals. So did you like do like only musicals or did you do like any like regular non-musical theater productions as well?
I did do some non-musical theatre productions. The first one was probably I was an extra on a short film
Mhm.
called which won has won some awards not recently but like I at the time it was released called Little Sister. And then I
Oh.
was recently, ironically, an extra in another film called Big Sister. So it's like
Oh.
the pipeline. Little Emily was in Little Sister, and like older Emily's in Big Sister.
Oh,
So
that's
that was gonna be
funny.
my first ever one. And then I was on ABC Me, and I was
Mm.
in some commercials. And then yeah, just basically
Yeah.
musicals up till then. But
Yeah.
yeah,
No, tell me more about ABC Me. Like, how was it?
I was really great. I think I was would have been 12 or 13, and I was playing a high school senior.
Oh, interesting. That's very
For some
interesting.
reason, which I love. It was really great. I was an extra in First Day, which
Mm.
was a pilot for a TV show, which I think has like two seasons now, when I
Oh,
last
wow.
checked, which is
Oh,
pretty cool,
wow.
yeah. And so we just it was a lot of waiting around because obviously
Yeah.
in the industry a lot of filming is just like waiting around. But yeah, I was like kind of in the background. They gave us sandwiches. We did like that was my first time recording audio as well with a boom mic. So like
Oh.
little Emily was like, "Oh wow, this is so cool."
I get it. Like, yeah, the boom mic is like something that excites me all the time. I don't know why, but it's just like a very
Yeah, it's just
interesting piece of
it's just
equipment,
like,
you know?
"Wow, that's so cool." I don't know why.
Yeah, yeah, no, that's yeah, no, that's actually very interesting. So I like to ask, like you said, you have done musicals and you have done like extra gigs on TV shows and stuff. So how different is it? Like doing both? Like how what was your experience with it?
I feel like they are very different realms. With
Mm.
musical theater, you're in front of like a live audience. Like you don't get to be like cut and redo it again. You have to like if
Mm.
you make a mistake, if something happens, then you have to just kind of keep going. But then if you're working with an animal, for example, on a TV set, and the animal refuses to go, you can just cut until they decide to. But when you're in theater in front of a live audience, you kind of just have to be like, come here, please come here, please.
Yeah, so did you like actually work with animal on the set of a musical?
I worked with dogs on Legally Blonde,
Oh, wow.
which I was in last year. I played Kate and Chutney and ensemble, but I knew one of the people. I was friends with one of the people who played Rufus, who the owner of the dog that played Rufus.
Oh.
And so she would like come to my dressing room and I'd pat the dog like in intermission, which was really cute.
Yeah.
And but yeah, the other dog we had wasn't as trained, and so there was an
Oh.
instance during the Harvard variations, which I was in because I played Aaron Schultz, but we called her Erin. And
Yeah.
our our oh my gosh, I cannot think of the leading guy's name. Wait.
Yeah. Like
Oh well,
the
anyway, he had dog treats in his pocket for the dog, and she jumped up on him, and I had to
Oh
try
my God.
so hard not to break character.
Oh my God. That must have been like really tough. Like I don't know, it's like kind when you're not in that situation, it's kind of funny.
Yeah, she
I,
didn't do it during any of the rehearsals in which we had the
oh,
same process. And then there was
yeah.
another time during Oh My God, You Guys, where she's meant to run down the stairs, and on opening night, she runs down the stairs like she's done every time in rehearsal and
Mhm.
ran straight back up.
Oh my God. That's interesting. Like, yeah, I have like never actually worked with animals even in my films. So it's interesting to think of them in theater and like how do they like I'm curious, like how do they react to like rehearsals and stuff? Like I know actors are like prepared and they know what they have to do, but how is it
Oh
with
yeah.
animals? Like
Um, Typically they're very food motivated. So if you know
but
if they they have will usually have like a dedicated, that's not a word, a designated like animal handler, which
mm,
I was kind of like second on duty just in case our main person couldn't, but he was really good. So
mm,
and then they will kind of like go get their owners from the dressing room and be like, "Hey, your dog's needed on stage," and they'll take them on stage, and then the owner will go to the wings
mm,
where the dog needs to exit from, and the people playing the characters will have like treats to kind of like motivate them. Another
oh,
time when I was in Annie, we had a dog playing Sandy. It was very cute,
oh,
and they were trained for like theater and stuff. And so they had like a command which was to like come and sit. And so it's a lot of hand gestures as well, rather than like, so it's like Sandy, but then she did this, which means like come and sit.
hmm. So, oh, so you have like, should I call it like a secret code language on stage
Kind of,
for
yeah,
animals?
like a secret
Yeah,
code language for the dog.
that sounds very interesting. Yeah, it's funny to think about. Do they like have stage fright or do they get like overwhelmed when they see like huge
They
crowds like
love
people
it. They
do?
love it
They
because
love
they're
it.
getting it like from what I've seen, they're so happy to be there. Their tails are wagging
Oh.
the entire time. They're like, I'm doing such a good job.
That's nice. Like they're born to perform. Like no, I was like, yeah.
Literally, yeah.
Sometimes
So,
like human beings like us actors feel nervous on
oh
the stage
yeah.
even
Oh
after a
yeah.
while. So yeah. So yeah, no, that's very interesting to think of. Like I've never like actually seen that, but it must be fun working with animals. Is there like any other animals they've ever like worked with? Or you have you?
Only really Annie and Legally Blonde, but yeah, it was great, those two. I really enjoyed that. I don't think I worked with any animals on film that I can think of, but I'd love to. That'd be so amazing.
Yeah, yeah. I think like on films, like you said earlier, it might be a bit easier because you can take that break
Yeah.
or cut, but on stage, yeah. So yeah, while we are talking about on stage, especially musicals, has there ever been an incident where either you or one of the members of the cast or chorus have actually forgotten their lines to the song? And how did you
A
like
couple of
manage?
times in not really forgotten, but a couple of times in junior productions that I've done, we've had some things go wrong. So there was a time I was in a production of Joseph and His Technicolor Dreamcoat,
Mhm.
and we were going through it, and our music just stopped. So we kind
Oh,
of just froze and waited for the music to start back up. So that was
yeah.
fun. And
Yeah. Oh no.
I think there was a time where there was also a time where I one of the characters accidentally mixed up their lines. Like it made sense in context. So I just kind of improved my next line to make it make
Oh,
sense into it.
yeah.
And then she realized that she's like, "Oh," and then we kind of improved to where we needed to be, and it worked really well. It was great.
That's
Shout out to her.
Yeah, I think that's amazing. I think like I've said this a lot of times before as well. Like I think especially stage actors, like for them improv is a
Oh,
very important skill
oh
because
yeah.
yeah,
Been
because
training
if
in improv since I
some
was about 8.
wow, that's amazing. So you're like a
Yeah.
pro improviser, aren't you?
I
Yeah.
am, yeah. I do kids entertainment as well, so you have to know
Oh,
improv for that because they
a
ask
lot.
some
Yeah.
questions.
Yeah. Yeah, I think like kids entertainment is also a very big challenge. Like I've
Oh
been like
yeah.
hesitant to take those opportunities because I'm not sure if I'll be able to handle that because sometimes it's really cute. Like sometimes the kids ask some sort of question, they're like, I don't know what to say. So I think like yeah, so it's
Actually, I worked as a Christmas elf over the Christmas period,
ooh,
and it was really fun. It was adorable. But yeah, I so many kids ask questions that I'm just thinking like, what do I do? And I answered Christmas magic a lot.
fair enough. I mean,
How does
that
Santa
that
go
makes sense.
around all the world in one night? The magic of Christmas.
No, I think that's the best way to answer some questions, isn't it? Because sometimes you don't know how to answer, but no, I think like that's why being a kids entertainer is also very challenging. So tell me more
It
about
is,
that
yeah.
experience.
Oh, I love it so much. It's so rewarding. Because you just make these kids' days because
Yeah,
they're like they are like fully believe it. They're like, yeah, you're an elf. You're from the North Pole.
that's
I
sweet.
believe you. It's so cute. And
Yeah.
then I also really like helping out the parents when I work as an elf to like
Mm.
suddenly be like, "Hey, mum, Lily just mentioned to me that she wants this My Little Pony toy." Wink, wink. Um, but I love it. Yeah, it's so great just being able to see the looks on their faces. But you have to
Yeah,
be very good at improv and just kind of have
definitely.
pre-planned answers. So I'll have like pre-planned answers in my head, like if I'm working as a party princess, for example,
Hmm.
or like a generic mermaid character. It's like, oh, how can you walk? Oh, I use my magic to give me human legs for the day, or whatever. And
Oh,
like,
that's
you just
nice.
have like pre-planned answers, but sometimes you just get hit with like the most random thing and you just have to kind of think on the spot.
Yeah, I mean, because it's like with kids, if you answer something, they might have more questions, like counter questions, I call them. But so
Yeah.
it's like you have to be very careful not to like overwhelm them, maybe, or just give them the answers that will make them upset, you know?
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so it's I think like yeah, but yeah, it's obviously very rewarding to see them smile and just like when they're excited, it feels good. It feels like you're doing something worthwhile. So
It
yeah.
really does, yeah.
Yeah, so I think like kids entertainment is also an interesting sector. So is there any other sort of entertainment like a kid party entertainment and stuff like that have that you have done?
Um, I don't think recently.
Hmm.
I've not really, no. But yeah,
Fair
I'd love
enough.
to do more of it. Like it's so fun. I auditioned for Movie World twice, which was fun.
Yeah, yeah, that sounds fun. So yeah, so auditions, like that's one thing I love talking about. How do you
Yes.
prepare yourself for your audition, like be it a musical or even like a screen test or something like that?
Honestly, so much practice. Like
Mhm.
if I get a script, I got a script today for a new drama short film that they are auditioning me for, and you just kind of have to practice the script over and over and
Fair
over and over. And then
I get
same
it.
with the songs and the dances. I try to learn the dances like bit by bit. So, if it's like we want you to do like a pirouette and then a pas de jambes, and then I'm like, okay, so I'll practice that, and then I move on to like the section where they want us to do. I'm trying to think of another ballet term, um, like a can't think of anything else,
Fair
like
enough.
a plie, a grand plie, and then they want
Hmm.
us to go into like a double pirouette from that. It's
Wow, that look, I haven't done a lot of ballet or other dancings, but I've seen it a bit, and I'm like, I hope like you're talking about ballet, right?
yeah, ballet.
Yeah, no, I'm like, yeah, but it sounds like very interesting. Just the names, I don't know why, but like they make it sound very complicated. Is it true or?
I mean, if you know the terms, it isn't. They're mostly French, so
Mm,
I know a bit of French, which makes it a little bit easier for me. But
fair
like,
enough.
yeah, I feel like if you know the terms, not really, like you kind of
Mm.
can come to the conclusion of what they are. Like a plie is basically like a fancy squat, if
Oh,
you think
okay.
about it logistically.
Okay, makes sense. Yeah, no, it sounds very interesting because, like I said, I've seen some ballet, but I'm like, I haven't like actually done any of it, so I don't know like the technical terms. But when you talk about it, yeah, I'm like, oh wow, that sounds very fancy. Maybe because it's
Yeah.
French, I guess. But
It's
yeah,
French. Yeah, it's literally just another language. Like pas de chat, I'm pretty sure. Oh no, pas de chat is literally jump off the cat.
that's interesting. I've learned a little bit of French, but
Yeah.
I have to admit, like, I am not very familiar with these terms. But yeah, so you learned ballet, and is there any other dance form you have learned?
I'm learning tap and
Oh.
jazz, musical theater jazz specifically.
Mhm.
A little bit of contemporary. I'm not the best at contemporary though, I'll be honest.
You'll get better.
Lyrical. Yeah, I'll get better. It's okay. Lyrical. And I want to learn acro. I'm gonna try learn some
Mm.
acro this year.
Oh, that sounds interesting. Yeah. So which is like the most commonly used dance form in musical theater, or it's like it depends on the
It
show?
really depends on the show. I'd say probably jazz, like as a general term, I guess, for like across the board. But you know, like Cats, for example, which I
Mhm.
used last night, you have to be like really, really good at ballet for Cats
Mm.
because there is like the one of the characters, Victoria, has like a whole ballet solo and it's a whole like style. And then there are styles in jazz, like you have Fosse, which is like your Chicago. And you have like the more softer styles. And just yeah, and there's tap in like 42nd Street and in Cats. It's just it really depends on the show, I'd say.
Oh, fair enough, fair enough. Like, yeah, I was just wondering because a lot of people say like there's some dancing involved in musical theater as well. So I was like, yeah, maybe there's one or two forms, but I'm guessing like from what you
Yeah,
said,
it's
you
just
have to learn
everything. It really
multiple.
depends on the show. Probably the most common one, in my opinion, is jazz, but
Mm.
specifically musical theater jazz.
Hmm. So are there like any special courses meant for those dance forms specifically in context of like musical theater, or it's like just
I
generic
mean,
dance
yeah,
forms?
some like dance studios will like oh my God, blah, 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 sorry, will
It's all-
put forward like musical theater jazz courses where they'll like train you in like singing and dancing at the same time and stuff.
Hmm.
There are like university courses that are like Bachelor of Musical Theater. You can do a Cert 4 in musical theater where they teach you like dance and singing and stuff. So yeah, there are definitely like a lot of ways to go about it. Or you could just do it like with YouTube videos, probably. I think there are
Fair
like
enough.
YouTube videos that I've watched and followed when I'm just like, I feel like doing a dance today.
Fair enough. I think like some YouTube tutorials are like very good. Like they go
Yeah,
slow, step by step, and it's like a very good learning practice. I'd say if you're like doing it from home, like to get the basics. So yeah. So you said singing and dancing at the same time. Like I've always been very curious in like how do you manage that? Because I know like dancing requires a lot of like energy,
oh
and then
yeah.
by the
A
time you're
lot of
done,
breathing,
yeah, by the time you're
a lot
done,
of
you're like
breath
out
work.
of
You just
breath.
kind of
Yeah.
have to control your breathing a lot. Um, like basically any dance teacher will say like you have to like it's like a different you have to like kind of find the moments to rest. And then yeah, just a lot of breath control. You just have to learn how to balance it. It's
Yeah, I was like, how do you manage to sing? Because like if I
a
do a
lot
dance
of breath
routine,
control.
because if I do like a dance routine for like say 2 minutes, I'm like out of breath. I can't talk for for a few minutes. I'm like, give me a sec. I need to breathe. So I'm like, how do you even manage like both things? That's incredible, I think.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's just I feel like after a while it kind of just becomes second nature as well.
Hmm.
Like, but yeah, it's just a lot of like I have to like take a breath here. I'm paused here, I can take a breath. I'm sitting here, I can take a breath. We're doing a cannon, I can take a breath. Like,
Hmm. Yeah, I think like it definitely requires like a lot of practice and a lot of like I don't know getting used to it. Is that right?
absolutely, yeah.
Hmm. That sounds like I'd say like brave because it's a big challenge because you're dancing, singing, and then there are points where you're also acting. So it's like a mixture
Yeah.
of all three. So that's brilliant. So I think musical theater, as a performer, probably is like the biggest challenge if someone wants to go into it. So yeah. So do you have like any advice for people who are aspiring to be a part of musical theater?
Honestly, my advice is to just start auditioning for everything and start training. It's never too late. It is
Hmm.
never too late to start training. Train your vocals, train acting in dance. Just if you're aspiring to go into musical theater, I just highly recommend getting all of those skills up because you're going to need all of them. But it's never too late to start training and you can do anything you set your mind to. Also, learn improv.
Definitely. I
You're
think,
going
yeah,
to need it at
especially
least
in theater.
once.
No, I completely agree with that. Like improv is like a lifesaver for any actor, especially in theater because it's like if you're sinking, it will just be the plank that will save you, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's a very good piece of advice. So if anyone's like interested in theater, improv is your must-learn skill because
Yes.
it's
Yes.
very helpful. Yeah, it's a lifesaver, trust me. It is a lifesaver. But yeah, no, thank you so much for that advice, and it was so nice chatting with you. So before I let you go, like the tradition dictates, I will play a game with you. So this time I'm gonna play a simple game of this and that, obviously creative addition. So I'll just give you a few options between some things in the industry. I know that's very generic.
Okay,
You'll see.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's the challenge, yeah? Yeah, I'll give you this or that, and you just basically choose. Simple?
Cool. Okay.
All right, let me pull it out. There you go. Yep. All right. So superhero movies, peak or fatigue?
Sorry.
Superhero movies, peak or fatigue?
Peak.
Definitely.
They're good. I like superhero movies.
I love them. Method actors, misunderstood or just annoying?
Ooh. I feel like it really depends.
What do you lean towards? Like sometimes I would say a bit annoying.
Ooh, I'm gonna say misunderstood because I feel like there are
Hmm.
instances where it's like okay, I'm playing like I was in a panel with Yaron Ha from Bridgerton recently, and she like learned everything there was to know about being a maid in Victorian times. So I'm gonna say I'm in the middle. I can't choose.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Completely. All right. Playing yourself on screen, easiest or hardest role?
Ooh, probably probably easiest I'd say because I feel like you know yourself the best, but
Hmm.
then also I do understand how that could be a challenge.
Fair enough. Yeah. All right. Awards or great reviews?
Oh, probably great reviews.
I agree. I mean, it's much better, I'd say.
Yeah.
All right. Adaptations, inspired or unoriginal?
I'd say inspired, because there are definitely things you can bring from adaptations to make it like more modern or like
Hmm.
a different storyline. I really like how there's like a lot of adaptations of like old 90s cartoons at the moment, but they're
Yeah.
bringing it into like a more modern light. I really like that.
Yeah, I think like if the adaptation is like a great tribute, not tribute, but like a great recreation of the original
Yeah,
source,
yeah.
then it's good. But sometimes there are a few adaptations that
Oh,
just
absolutely. Yeah.
it's an adaptation, but they just completely mess up the entire storyline. And like,
Yeah.
please stop it. Please don't do that. I mean, it doesn't have to be like an exact copy. There is like a thing called creative liberty, obviously, but it's like
Yeah, yeah.
in your limit, please. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, no, anyway, thank you so much for being on here. It was so lovely talking to you, and thank you so much, guys, for watching. And I'll see you very soon in the next episode. Till then, ta-da!